Alright, what's up Jaguars and fans of Catfish, the TV show? Ralph Jaguar is back again with yet another installment of Catfish, the review. I am reviewing this week's epic episode of Catfish, the TV show. And of course, this is brought to you by Ralph J Images, the copyrighted brand name that is bringing you the epic web series on YouTube. But by now you already know this. OMG Jaguars, this has been, really some week for me. I've been working hard on a lot of things. Working hard on this, working hard on that, struggling just to get everything done. And it has not been easy at all, I'll tell you that. But because of all you fans out there, all my Jaguars supporting me, it is worth it. Okay? Now, as far as Catfish, the TV show goes, sad to say that I believe that I'm about to review perhaps the last episode before the reunion. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Boo. Yeah, I know. I'm upset about that too. But don't worry, but don't worry, okay? I mean, for the Catfish phenomenon, I do have something in mind to keep this thing going, to entertain all of you fans out there. All of you who are fans of Catfish, the TV show. I do have something that I am working on, a little project, if you will. But I will bring you up to news on that, okay? I'll keep you up to date on how that is going. So let's go ahead and delve into this episode of Catfish, the TV show. Okay, this week's episode was about Mike and Caroline. Mike and Caroline. Caroline. As in Caroline Sunshine. Because when I hear that word, when I hear the name Caroline, that phrase seems to come to my mind, Caroline Sunshine. OMG. Okay, let's get on with this. We got Neve and Max here, they're going to try to help out Mike and Caroline Sunshine. No, that's not her last name. Okay, here we got a young artist here named Mike. He lives in Pensacola, Florida. And he has met and fell in love with a woman that he met online. Her name is Caroline Rose. And they met on a dating website called Plenty of Fish. Hey, don't look at me, Jaguars. This is my first time hearing about this kind of website, dating website called Plenty of Fish. I guess that's meaning that, I guess that's coming from the phrase, there are plenty of fish in the sea. So they named this dating website Plenty of Fish. And what we have here is once again, Mike, falling for a girl that he met online. Okay. Now, if you've already seen this week's episode of Catfish, the TV show, as we delve into this story, you will see that there are red flags all over the place. I mean, let's start. Where do we even start? I mean, right here is Caroline Rhodes, Facebook profile. I guess this is a pic of her here, at a football game. Yeah, and here's the rest of her Facebook profile. In this profile, there's only 3 pictures of her. Okay? And as it started out, Mike has been communicating with Caroline Rhodes for a whole year now. All right? A whole year. They've been talking to each other on the phone, through emails, texts, but they have yet to meet face to face. They have not met face to face. Typical here on this show, don't you think? But anyways, yeah, here on this Facebook profile right here, Carolina Rose, she only has 3 pictures of her. And by the way, here's Caroline Rhodes, full bod. Okay, she looks real good. Now, because of what he experienced in the past, from meeting girls online, on that website, Plenty of Fish, Mike, is a big fan of the show, Catfish, the TV show. And I guess he kind of took cues from Neve and Max and decided to do some research on his own. He did a Google image search of Caroline Rhodes, on the internet, and this is what he found, Yeah. He found this, another Facebook profile with Caroline Rhodes, same pics. But this one right here says Caroline Olivia Ledford. Okay. Caroline Olivia Ledford. Okay, this is a big red flag, no doubt about that. And Mike, he did sent a email message to this profile right here and got no reply. But then he went to the Caroline Rhodes, profile and messaged that, and he did ask her about this. Okay, and her explanation was, real simple. She said that the reason why, she said that this was, Caroline Rose said that this was also her Facebook profile as well, because her parents are divorced, and therefore she has, 2 last names. Yeah, she has 2 last names, so therefore she has 2 Facebook profiles. Wait a minute, hold up. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we gotta stop the car right there. Hold up, wait a minute, hold up. I've never heard of that before. I've heard of, people having parents that are divorced, but of course, I don't know too much about this kind of stuff. But when your parents get divorced, don't the siblings and the kids, keep the same last name that they originally have? So there wouldn't be a need to create, 2 Facebook profiles. Am I correct or am I not correct? Curiouser and curiouser. Okay, here's another pic of Caroline. But now I'm beginning to wonder which one is the real Caroline. Or are they in fact both the same as she says they are, owned by her? Now this one right here is in the Caroline Ledford profile, which seems to have, a lot more pictures and a lot more friends on Facebook. Okay, here's an even better picture of Caroline again. Because, for a whole year that they've been, dating online, Mike has tried to meet, Caroline. They tried, but every time, something would come up, or there would be an excuse or something, it just wouldn't happen, that meet of Caroline and Mike. There was just always something. And neither one of them, well, I guess Caroline, just could not, video chat. Yeah, which is also real suspicious to Neve and Max. But then again, setting up a video chat is kind of hard, though. I mean, I can tell you it's not that easy. Okay, Jaguars, now here's a bit of information that will tell you exactly why Mike felt like he really, got close to Caroline Rhodes. It's because a few months ago, Caroline Rhodes said that she was diagnosed with cancer. Yeah, that is a biggie. And that could be one of the reasons why, it was hard for Caroline to meet Mike, in person, face to face. And also because Mike, I think, Mike's mother was diagnosed with cancer, but she went to, the chemotherapy, and, and she was cured of it. And that's why Mike, really related to Caroline. So Neve and Max go ahead and they start their investigation by reaching out to a friend of Caroline Ledford, by the way, who lives in North Carolina. And they reach out to a friend of Caroline Ledford on Facebook, and her name is Lauren. That's right, they reach out to Lauren, and check it out. Yeah, check it out. Lauren replied back. Neve is on the phone with Lauren, but Neve and Max decide to video chat with Lauren instead. That's right. So here, Lauren is video chat talking to Neve and Max, and they're asking, Lauren questions about, Caroline, Rhodes. So, well, actually, they're asking questions about Caroline, Ledford. They ask her, does Caroline has cancer? And Lauren said no, completely not. And they also ask her, is her Caroline dating, Mike? And Lauren replies, no. Definite boom right there, Jaguars. Because this just pretty much settles it. Hot damn. Now here's where it really gets resolved right here, Jaguars. Because as you've seen on the show, Neve and Max reached out to, the other Caroline Ledford, and that's right, and they discovered that, she lives in North Carolina, not in Pensacola like the other, Caroline, lives in. Because Caroline Rhodes, lives in Pensacola. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that, earlier. Yeah, but the girl that, Mike's been talking to, lives in the same city as Mike, the one pretending to be Caroline Rhodes. But right here, Jaguars, you see Caroline Ledford, the real Caroline, she is talking to Neve and Max on video chat, and now she decides to, send a direct message to Mike, and she tells Mike that she wasn't the one that he has been talking to, this past year. Damn. Yeah, this is definitely going to, bring Mike down. No doubt about that, Jaguars. And as predicted, yeah, when Neve and Max, told Mike about what they found, and they played the video of Caroline Ledford, for him, Mike, of course, is really upset and is pissed. God damn. Yeah, Mike really broke down here, Jaguars. I mean, and of course, he really did broke down. But then, also, he told Neve and Max some important info. Right here at this point, Caroline, Rhodes, the one that, Mike has been talking to this whole past year, she actually told Mike, where she lives. Wow, that's right. And that's right. Caroline, the fake one, actually told Mike where she lives. I mean, that was surprising to me, Jaguars. I mean, even I was shocked. And I believe that this is the first time ever in the history of Catfish, the TV show, that the catfisher, has told the catfish where they live, before, Neve and Max, comes into the situation. And Mike actually went to her house, and, and he waited at the front door, waiting for her to come out. He popped open his cell phone, and he called Caroline, and he told her that he's going to stay outside and wait for her to come out. And then that's when Caroline said that she's not coming out because she was too scared to meet Mike. So that never happened. And I was like, wow. And Mike also brought up the fact that, this Caroline right here, was following Mike around, taking pictures of his job and, sending him the pics. And, that's when Neve and Max, agreed that, this was getting a little stalkerish, and getting kind of creepy. I mean, following the man around like that, that's a definite no-no, Jaguars. Yeah, a bit confusing and real upsetting at this point. Good gosh. Okay, so it's time for the meet. That's right. Neve has contacted Caroline Rhodes and arranged the meet. But, this Caroline did not, tell Neve and Max, her name because she didn't want to reveal it just yet. I guess she wanted to be quote unquote dramatic herself, or yeah, whatever. And also, she didn't want to meet at her apartment, or at her house, even though they already know where she lives. She felt like it would be more better to meet at a park. Okay, so now, they are about to meet this person. Yeah, in person. Ugh, a lot of persons, huh? Okay, Jaguars, here they are at the park. Mike is here, Neve is here, Max is here, the film crew is here. They're at the park, and they are about to meet this person who has been pretending to be Caroline. Oh yeah. Yeah, the car pulls up and parks into the driveway as they play that, dramatic music. Yeah, that also famous popular dramatic music that they always play at the time when the catfisher and the catfishy are about to meet. Yeah, real nice guys. Okay, and out of this car, this woman, steps out of the car and she walks towards, Mike and even Max and the film crew. And by the way, this is a woman right here that Mike knows very well. And yeah, here she is, Heather, aka Caroline Rhodes. Yep, Mike knows her very well. Because when my first thought here, I see, this average, lady coming out of the car here. And I noticed that she's kind of nervous and anxious. And now I know why. And I'll tell you. You see, this is the situation. Mike did meet Heather on that dating website, Plenty of Fish. Heather created a fake profile on there, and Mike called her out on it. Now, at that time, Heather, yeah, she did say that, Mike wasn't very nice, when he found out that her profile was fake. And this was obviously, some payback. But you see, what you have to understand here, when Mike found out that, you see, Mike, emailed her on that website, through that, fake profile. And then when he found out about it, he obviously was upset. So it wasn't the case of Mike, being mean or rude. The man was just upset, because I would be upset too. She was saying that Mike was, not very nice on there and that he was being mean. I don't think that was the case. I think the case was that, the man was just upset. So this obviously, now the reason why she created this Caroline Rose profile is obviously, just to get back at, Mike for that. Some sort of revenge thing, And right here on the spot, Heather did break down and, she was very upset and emotional and, she was crying and, yeah, Mike was upset too. But yeah, Heather had nothing to be worried about, Of course, yeah, Mike is, pissed off and mad about this again. But the thing Heather has to understand is she keeps putting herself in this situation because she keeps creating all these fake profiles. I mean, you're doing it to yourself, honey. Goddamn. So the next day, they all decided to, talk this whole thing out. Max, Neve, Heather, and Mike, they met at Mike's house. They sat down to talk this whole thing out. Trying to sort out this quote-unquote beef that we have here. Now Heather did give an explanation as to why she created her first fake profile on, Plenty of Fish. You see, Heather had created her first fake profile on that website to help her friend to see if her husband was cheating on her. Wow. I just wonder how that played out. and and then Mike just sort of came across on there accidentally, I guess. Now right here, yeah, 2 months later, Mike and Heather, they didn't talk much. They talked some. But I feel like, we were able to get some sort of resolution to this whole thing. I mean, go ahead and end it. Yeah, and no, they're not, they're not the best of friends, Mike and Heather, but I feel like, we brought it to a very good resolution, And Heather says that, she wants to seek, therapy because of her constant behavior with her, making Facebook, fake profiles and stuff. And I'm like, okay, And Mike says that he's going to try to be more careful as he tries to look for women, on the internet. Well, but maybe it would be a better idea if he tries to, meet them in real life and just take a break from the internet, don't you think? But all in all, I think this was brought to a real good resolution. Now, we all know that, Neve and Max are full of surprises sometimes. But I myself don't like surprises. But they had a surprise here for Mike, They set up a video chat with Mike and the real Caroline Ledford. And it went real well, it was real nice, and it seemed like a real nice thing to do. They certainly made, Mike's day here, After that whole situation with Heather, a.k.a. Caroline Rhodes, fake profile and crap. So, they decided to try to make him feel better by setting up this video chat with, the real Caroline. And it seems to work, somewhat. Okay, real nice, guys. So what do you think of this week's episode of Catfish, the TV show? I really felt like it was really interesting. Because I will have to say that when Heather and Mike, talked with Neve and Max in his house, she also revealed that, Heather does not have cancer. That's right. Heather does not have cancer, Yeah, she admitted that, that was also a lie. God damn! Just too many lies. So many lies. Enough with the lies. Lie. Yeah, sorry to react that way, Jaguars, but all these lies is just too many. Too many lies. But in the end, still, things didn't turn out very well for Mike, but it was brought to a very good resolution, like I said before. And it's not a matter of, Heather did say that, she's going to talk to a psychiatrist to help her out with this quote-unquote behavior. But I think the solution is very simple, I think Heather just should be herself, enough with the fake profiles. I mean, it's real cut and dry. I mean, at least for me it is. I mean, I mean, she has nothing to be ashamed of, you know. I mean, she feels ashamed. She doesn't want to be herself. Why? Because of her appearance? Please. I mean, sitting up there making up fake profiles and pretending to be something that you're not, you know, it's just not right. And then also, she made it a little bit worse by, you know, trying to get back at Mike, you know, for calling her out, you know, on her first, you know, fake profile. So she created the second one as sort of like a revenge thing, you know. Yeah, that was even more cruel, Jaguars. But you know what? I'm not going to come down on Heather for that, you know. You know, even though it was wrong what she did, you know, all of the lies, and then, you know, lying about her appearance and what, you know, how she looked like, and, you know, taking someone else's picture and pretending to be, you know, another good-looking girl, and then lying about, you know, having cancer when she doesn't, you know, even have cancer. Yeah, that was really wrong of her to do. But I'm not mad at her, you know, for that, you know. And but the thing I want to mention here, Jaguars, is that, you know, this whole process that Neve and Max are doing, you know, this whole thing about catfishing, you know, pretending who you are and pretending who you are to wield someone else into an online relationship for whatever reason, you know, the person wants to do it. You know, this is not about, you know, putting a person on blast or trying to make them look bad, you know. This is simply about trying to unveil the truth, okay? And that is the reason why Neve and Max, you know, are on this show doing their thing. They're trying to, you know, discover what the truth is. But they don't have to do much because, it's like I said before, the truth will always reveal itself, eventually. So I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. I really appreciate everybody who's watching this installment of Catfish the Review. Thank you. And thank you for watching this whole series, okay? And I will cover the reunion special as soon as I can. So peace out. Till later.